one of the most impactful moments in One Piece comes when Zoro is easily defeated by the Shichibukai Dracule Mihawk, aka Hawk's Eye. After this defeat, Zoro promises Luffy that he will never lose a fight again, and that to help Luffy on his journey to become the Pirate King, then he would become the greatest swordsman in the world. But to be the greatest swordsman in the world, it is necessary for Zoro to have the most powerful sword in the world. Keeping that in mind, will Zoro one day have the mighty Sword Yoru under his control? Well, that's the topic of today's video. So if you want to be a pirate king like me and achieve eternal glory, go ahead and press the like button with all the power of your Akuma no Mi. And if you're new here, my dear sailor, already subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new video here from Anime Joy Boy, okay? Then join this crew that will dominate the entire Grand Line and the New World. Now, without further ado, let's get to this epic video. And well, my dear pirate, Yoru is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, sword in the world. She is one of the Saiyo o Wazamono, which means swords of supreme grade. Not even the powerful Emma that was from Kozuki Oden and is now under Zoro's possession is not as powerful as Yoru. After all, Emma is of a grade of O Wazamono, which means she is of a higher grade compared to the others, specifically of the grade Ryo Wazamono, but lower compared to the grade of Saiyo o Wazamono, which are the most powerful, which is where Yoru is ranked. So if Zoro really wants to become the greatest swordsman in the world, he will have to get the most powerful sword in the world. But how could that happen if she belongs to Mihawk, and he probably doesn't intend to hand her over to Zoro on his own free will? Well, this is where an interesting possibility comes in. After the Straw Hats were separated by Bartolo Yukuma, with each one ending up in a different location, Zoro ended up on the island of Mihawk, making this the meeting where Zoro admits his weakness to the greatest swordsman in the world. Mihawk understands Zoro's frustration and decides to make him his disciple. Soon after that, we see Zoro evolve more and more and more, even changing swords a few times until he owns Enma, which was the sword that Zoro had the most difficulties with. But it was also with her that Zoro was the first swordsman to cut the body of the almighty Kaido. In other words, Zoro is on a completely different level, and it can happen that this current sword is not keeping up with his development, so he needs to once again change his sword, having the most powerful sword in the world, Yoru. Of course, that wouldn't be an easy thing to do. Zoro first would have to prove once again his worth and the pride of a samurai, because his most humiliating defeat, and that made him swear before Luffy, was against Mihawk, and this is precisely against him that Zoro will have to show his evolution. I honestly do not believe there will be a real fight between Zoro and Mihawk, a fight where they both fight for the purpose of killing each other. But I do believe that there will be a final test, where Zoro will have to prove that he has become the greatest swordsman in the whole world. And that's the interesting detail in this whole story. Shanks passed his hat to Luffy, believing in his potential in the same way that Zoro received the sword from Kuina, his old friend, who unfortunately died and could not join him in this journey to become the greatest swordsman who ever lived. So when Zoro finally proved that he can defeat Mihawk in a toe-to-toe fight, I believe that at that moment, Mihawk will hand Yoru over to Zoro, but Zoro wouldn't use it. He would only have it as a proof that he is the greatest swordsman in the world, but I believe that in the end, Zoro will use only one sword, Kuina's sword. She will be the true extension of his body, and thus, Zoro will prove that it is not only actually the sword that makes the swordsman strong or not, but is the swordsman itself. I believe that if this twist happens at the end, Zoro's arc will be completed to a perfection level. But now, I want to know what do you guys think, so please leave it in the comments. And of course, if you made it this far, it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear sailor. And of course, do not forget to press the like button. That helps a lot spreading the video and the channel, so help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone, and until the next video,